Every time I think Nicolas Cage has reached his peak, he finds a whole new level of unhinged brilliance. Whether he's screaming about bees, reciting the alphabet like a madman, or battling demons with an axe in a neon forest, Cage has made a second career out of going completely off the rails in the best way possible. And now in The Surfer, we get another chapter in the book of Cage, this time as a man just trying to catch some waves, who instead catches a full-on psychological breakdown under the hot Australian sun.
All I want is to take my son surfing.
Don't kid yourself now.
Before you can have everything, you have to experience nothing.
What?
Pathetic.
That's a good one.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into The Surfer, the new psychological thriller directed by Lorcan Finnegan and starring the one and only Nicolas Cage alongside Julian McMahon. Now I'm always excited to see a new Nick Cage movie because let's be honest, even if the movie's a mess, the man always delivers something worth watching, and The Surfer definitely delivers in that regard. Before we dive into the plot, just a quick reminder, if you enjoy these reviews, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one. And if you want to go a step further in supporting what I do, check out my Patreon. For just $1 a month, you can help me keep the channel going, and for $5 a month, you can even request a review. Links in the description. The Surfer follows a man who returns to his childhood beach only to be relentlessly harassed and psychologically tormented by the locals who now claim ownership of the spot. What starts as a simple confrontation spirals into a surreal fever dream of masculinity, control, and madness, anchored by Cage, who slowly loses his grip on reality as the bullying escalates. So let's start with the obvious. Nick Cage is the best part of this movie. He starts off relatively restrained, playing the straight man in an increasingly bizarre situation. But as things escalate, so does Cage, gradually cranking the performance dial until it breaks off in his hand. By the end, he's fully unchained in classic Cage fashion, and honestly, it's hilarious in a good way. The supporting cast is solid too. The villains here are cartoonishly evil, but in a way that fits the movie's off-kilter tone. There's this cult-like groupthink to their behavior that makes them fascinating to watch even as you hate them, and that over-the-top energy is part of the fun. Visually, this movie goes all in on the weird. You've got trippy, drug-fueled visuals, spinning cameras, hyper-saturated colors, and some really tight, uncomfortable close-ups that help pull you into Cage's unraveling mind. It's a sensory overload and it works. And one of my favorite things is the vibe. This doesn't feel like a modern thriller. It's got that gritty testosterone-soaked energy of a 70s exploitation flick. Everything from the dialogue to the sweaty machismo between characters feels pulled from that era. It's grimy, absurd, and kind of glorious. But I've got to be honest, it's not a perfect ride. While the over-the-top bullying and mind games are the point, this movie does drag a bit in the middle. There's not much variation in what Cage is going through, and after a while, the suspension of disbelief starts to wobble. You're just thinking, okay, this is still going on? It's frustrating in a way that's meant to be frustrating, but I do think the movie could have benefited from giving Cage's character a bit more pushback earlier on, just to break up the repetition and make the eventual payoff feel even more earned. So The Surfer isn't for everyone, but if you like watching Cage go off the rails or you're a fan of weird throwback exploitation cinema with a modern sheen, this is probably going to be a good time. It's got some strong visuals, memorable villains, and one of Cage's better late career performances. It's uneven for sure, but it's a ride. I'm giving The Surfer a 3.5 out of 5. It's wild, it's weird, and while it's not as tight as it could be, it's absolutely worth checking it out for Cage alone. If you've seen The Surfer, let me know what you thought down in the comments. Was it too much or just the right level of Cage chaos? Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you want to help support the channel directly, head over to the Patreon. Just $1 a month goes a long way, and for $5 you can request a review of your own. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.